So the next question, what is happening with projects right now? I mean, I hear a lot from the clients that projects are failing. Anybody in the group wants to talk that, you recently experienced the project is struggling and has a failure and you're trying to fix things? We're very happy to hear from you, real life.
I can speak a little bit. In my company, we follow the agile process. We have been following that for last 10 to 12 years. We have 2 delivery teams and, pretty much going okay, but sometimes resource constraints are the problem. We have with downsizing our team, so we don't have we struggle. We have some developers, but at the same time, people who should be testing and working with us along, through iterations or sprints. I find it difficult because we have one BA. She's kind of trying to act like a product owner as also, so mixing the roles like that and taking multiple roles is impacting some of the things which I think goes against the agile thing, but with the resource constraints we are struggling a little bit like that. So but we have been very successful in maintaining our agile methodology strictly. We follow the process, but we adapt and based on the team structure and try to become self-managed teams. But sometimes it's becoming hard when the because the resource doesn't have time, or the same person is taking on as a product owner and a BA, and so multiple roles. We see some challenges there.
Yeah, that's a very typical problem, that you just mentioned, that BA taking product owner's role, tester doing development, right? And this is good and bad. Good in the sense because this is a philosophy that emerged from Agile. And the idea is that if one person is missing or one role is missing, doesn't mean we want to stop the show, right? The show must go on. But the problem with that is that it creates confusion, it creates chaos, and sometimes, it's a very popular saying that a job was given to, somebody. Somebody thought everybody can do it, but actually nobody did it. That's the problem. And in the PMP world, we talk about a RACI chart, right? So we create a role and what they will do and how will they. Whom they will be accountable to, whom they will consult, and whom they will inform, right? So there's a clarity around that. That's why, I say in the hybrid mode, we can have both. We can take the values of Agile, which is openness and collaboration and coordination and communication, but at the same time, knowing what exactly is to be done, because the business analyst can go back and talk to the product owner or product manager or business, but he or she should be in one particular role, right, as a business analysis. And there's a lot of overlap between a BA and product owner's role. So it seems like the company or the team has not been able to define roles clearly, and seems like there is some communication issue, and it seems like there's also some leadership issue, because if you have a project manager who's able to manage this chaos, and that's why we need a project manager, right? The orchestra man, because he or she is able to sift through everything and come up with a solution. Yeah, and like you said, resources are not sufficient. Timelines are not clear. Stakeholders, they keep changing. They're not consulted. Sometimes they're not consulted in the beginning. That's a problem, right? And they're not engaged. But at the same time, they'll just jump in between the project and give the expectations. So that's where project management, PMP, helps a lot, because, hey, let's define the objectives clearly and document them in a business case, in a charter, and have the stakeholders get involved and sign it. Now that there is clarity as to what we are doing, right? In some of the pieces, we call it KPIs, key performance indicators. How will we indicate that we are going in the right direction? OKRs, right? Objectives and key result areas. These are our goals, and this is how we're going to achieve them. So that's why it is very important for the project manager or PMP to do that job right in the beginning of the project and keep engaged with the stakeholders.